only make demands. You can only make one demand for $5. We're not going to lose. We're playing Crit GP. Thank you, buddy. TF is boring, man, honestly. I don't really enjoy playing TF mid. I did for like an entire season, and now I just look at TF as someone who's kind of just boring. Like, even support TF I don't want to play, and that's typically what I would be doing right now. Dota's garbage. Bro, you know your game is garbage when you can't even give your characters names that matter. I'm sorry it's true. Dota's garbage. Bro, their dwarves have fucking elven ears. Like, I don't need to see any more. You've got a guy named Sniper who's supposed to be a dwarf. He's got no mustache, and he's got pointy ears. Like, abominations. Gyrocopters, same deal. They're disgusting. It's just such a... I don't know. It's not a game I care about. I've played it. I've looked over the characters. The customization is cool, but, like... It's so ugly. TobiasFate just hates anything that's mainstream. As soon as TF is good, he no longer is interested. That's not true, though, because TF... ADTF got popular, whereas APTF was not popular. APTF only went downhill. They fucking buffed ADTF astronomically to be the most broken thing ever, and then they nerfed APTF. They're like, guys... ADTF is taking over the game. He's a little bit strong right now, so to tone him back, we're gonna nerf his Q. Who's balancing your game? Q? Stop cucking APTF. It's like, what are you nerfing? That's not an ability he uses or cares about. He did get a nerf on Q, though. It was very bizarre. I don't like the character, though, right now. It's just, it's too... It's not aggressive. It's not engaging. I don't get to make, like, big dosh. I can't see my dosh. Whereas Gangplank, you know, you shoot minions, you shoot them, you make money. Right? So, like, if I did this, boom, plus 15. Boom, plus 15. Right? Look at this thing. This thing screams money. Okay? Solar Flare, thank you, buddy. Well, because his W is his only lifeline. TF is very much about the W. You can't nerf his one ability that makes him a champion. At least too hard. That works in real life. Does it really? What kind of bullet does this thing fire? Look at this. My hand goes in it. It's Gangplank's... adult time pistol. It's a baby cannon. Yeah. No, Captain GP is my favorite skin. Captain GP is Gangplank's truest form. It's the peak of his career. It has the coolest theme. Like, the true Gangplank will forever be Captain GP. Bro had everything. It was the best. I mean, they even gave Gangplank. I'm pretty sure GP is the only character in the game that has two base different voice lines. He has two base skins that give him different quotes. What character has that? What character in League of Legends has two canonical base skins that has two separate voiceovers? Any of them? I don't think any of them. Well, that's not canonical. Gentleman Cho'Gath is like a for fun skin. Misfortune? No. Nope. So, initially how Gangplank was reworked was that he came out as Captain Gangplank, and he had his high and mighty voiceover. You know, like, Oh, I'm the king of Bilgewater. Everyone will pay. The streets are mine. Whatever, right? Like, he sounded very triumphant. He sounded like he had everything. And then he died, and he came back, and the dude was gargling fucking sea urchin cum. With the sea urchin intact. Like, he was miserable. And they made him sound miserable, right? So Gangplank successfully had 2 skins, 2 classic skins, and 2 separate complete voiceovers. I would even argue they did a 3rd voiceover because Gangplank was an announcer in League of Legends. So he had 3, although 2 of them were canonical. Oh yeah, Trundle. Traditional Trundle. Traditional Trundle just sounds like a goblin. Like a really weird, depraved thing. Oops. Well, Kayn has what? Now, I would say Kayn having 2 forms, being in the same skin, is just still 1. Whereas Gangplank legitimately has, if you play Captain, it has its own voiceover. And if you play Classic, he has his own voiceover, but both of them are like separate entities, but still canon. No, I don't. I mean, the Korean voiceovers, though, or even, like, what's the Japanese Tarek? The one where he's, like, coming? Is that... That's Korean, right? Not Japanese? Like, the voice actors... Like, they just go all out.
A happy little peril!
Stay hydrated, man. It's gonna be hot.
Markov, thank you, buddy. Yes. Hey, we've got air conditioning. We went grocery shopping last night and spent way too much money on food because that's just how the world works.
Look, a happy little peril!
Half of my fridge is full of water bottles. Gangplank Piss, thank you, buddy. Also, Blue Rat, thanks, man. Thank you, gents.
You've work to do. Get on it!
Unload massive fart into VC.
Ew. Why would you do that? Well, the thing about... I mean, I'd like to think when it comes to Japanese voice direction is that it's just hammed up a bit too much. They don't know when to tone it back. Does that make any sense? Like, you have Tarek literally coming. The voice actor for the old Tarek, like, straight up sounds like hentai. Like, it just does. It's very bizarre. It's a little bit more hammed up, I feel like. I don't think I like it. Some of it sounds very interesting, but I don't think I can believe it. Like, Russian Vane, exactly, same thing. Like, bro, she does not sound like she should be in a game.
Get to work!
Munker, thank you, buddy. Bizarre, but like, okay, you know. If you like it, you like it. I don't think I've ever disagreed with the voice acting in League. The English voice acting, I think most of it makes sense to the character and it fits them well. Let me think of a character I don't like. What's a character who you don't like the voice acting of? But a new character, not the old ones. They don't count. An English character that was brought out that you don't like the voice of. No, let me say this. That you think is objectively bad. Not that you dislike it subjectively, but you think is objectively not suited for them. New Nidalee seems a little strange. I will agree. Kiana works well. You don't think Kiana sounds like an obnoxious fucking bratty bitch? You don't think so? I think the voice actor killed it. I hate that character to death, but, like, it perfectly fits what they're supposed to be. It's awful. Ash never got an update, though. But Ash's is garbage, yeah, for sure. It's not that it sucks, it's just old. It needs better writing. Yumi? I mean... I guess Yumi's whatever. I'm not really interested in Yumi, but... I don't know. The fuck are they doing? What are you doing? I have orange, dude. Caitlyn... Actually, Caitlyn does kind of sound like an old woman. A little bit. I mean, she comes from, like, an upper-class, you know... fancy pants part of Piltover. I guess that's most of Piltover, but, like, very prestigious. Right? She should sound like she's got some sort of... I guess, class behind her, but... I misplayed that slightly. I had flash, but whatever. Do I get double? I don't get double. Lilia's bad. I think Lilia is supposed to be this, like, happy-go-lucky, like, bashful, shy, fucking, like, forest creature. That's kind of why she sounds that way. Am I wrong? I don't think I've read the fucking lore through and through, but that's the vibe I get from it. I don't like Lilia. Yeah, like a Tinkerbell or like a little forest sprite fairy creature. You know, whimsy but kind of shy. Pretty typical of stuff like that, yeah. I think it sounds okay. Well, I mean, the reason her being Scottish was, I guess, just the choice. Like, do we have Scottish, like, forest-dwelling, half-women, half-goat deer things? I guess? Because Cull is good. Why would I ever play Gangplank without Cull when I can never win lane with the current state of Gangplank unless I take Grasp, and unless I sit at the enemy tower abusing them, which in turn will get me killed repeatedly? You know what I mean? Gangplank is no longer an early game champ unless you completely spec yourself out for early game. Doesn't really make sense to not build Cull. Braum is great, though. Yeah, Braum's amazing.
Serve or die. I don't care if the others like you.
Hello.
Master Yo, buddy. Hello, sir. What is bro doing? What the fuck was he doing? Okay. Fiddle is great. Yeah, Fiddle's good. You know, Illaoi is interesting because Illaoi actually has two separate identities almost, and I like the aggressive, you know, faith-driven, very sure of herself kind of League of Legends take. But if you played the Ruin King, she's very down-to-earth, kind of believable as a person, more so than, like, some crazy religious zealot, you know? She's very much, right now, in League, all about the religion, all about Nagake Boros doing things, which is fine, but then you can't really develop a character unless they lose their faith. And, in a way, I like the Ruin King version better, just because she's always in question of her faith. Right? It's just another dimension to the character. And she's more... I don't know. More of a supportive, like... just good person to be around in the Ruin King. Whereas in this game, she's, in a way, almost, like, insufferable if you don't believe in, like, the religion. Like, she's just gonna force that shit onto you and be like, you will learn! And then smashes your fucking testes into paste. Right? Which is cool. Don't get me wrong. But, like, a little bit of a brainwash, you know? Yeah, I really do like the Ruin King. They gave Gangplank kind of... They showed that Gangplank was more than just this tyrant, horrible, soulless man. Like, he still is that way, but not to the degree of, like, I guess what he was painted as and other things. Because under everything, you're still a man. Men can be broken. Women can be broken. It's not like you're this vile, soulless, heartless fucking pit and no one can save you. Like, that is what Gangplank may seem like in the lore when they explain, you know, oh, he's done all these terrible things, very heartless man, really in it just for the money and the power. Like, okay, I can believe that to a degree, but at the same time, you strip everything away from him, what is he left with? And that's kind of where he was in the Ruin King. He was down bad. Even worse than probably losing Bilgewater. So, it's cool to see character development as long as it's not illogical. Because you don't want a character just changing completely without some sort of valid reason that makes sense.
Been a while. How are you and streams? Hope all is well.
Tolerancio, buddy, we're good. We're just getting back to streaming, so not a bad time to join in. Well, the Yordles don't matter. Teemo doesn't matter. There's no development. He's just a little scout dude who wants to go fucking do stuff. Misfortune in the Ruin King was great. Misfortune in the Vigo event was fucking garbage. What was that called again? The Sentinels? The Sentinel event was just icky. Well, they retconned Seraphine's lore. They kind of changed her a bit. Because of Skarner and all that crap. Well, the thing about Yordles is they shouldn't care about Yordle lore because Yordles are in their own pocket dimension. They should be this fantastical set of, like, fucking weird little creatures that nobody knows a lot about. Like, Legends of Runeterra really goes into Yordle stuff. But to me, they should always kind of be more so viewed as, like, a studied race than one that we just straight up know of. Kind of how the Empire views, like, Skaven. You know, like, oh, they don't exist, they're this, they're that. And when you do see them, they're, like, completely clueless. You know, like, what is that? Chaos! I like that idea for Yordles. Even though the idea of Yordles being these good creatures, not all of them, but, like, they're more so happy and little cheerful fucking, like, gnomes. Whatever you'd want to call them. It's a little bit more intriguing when they're evil and unknown versus good and unknown, right? Because the good guys are typically... you just know more about them, you know why they're good and all that crap, but when it comes to being evil, you don't know why things are evil. And it adds to the mystery. What are you doing? Leave. Vex is evil, but she's not... I don't think Vex is inherently evil. It's more so conditionally evil, no? Like, she's just this, like, goth thing creature that has, like, this attraction to Vigo. Or something like that. I don't know exactly. I haven't read the story and whatnot, but... I mean, Kled isn't really evil. Kled is just, like, your typical, like, very... Like, I don't want to explain Kled, but, like, he's a very, like, proud American who lives by himself and slams on the TV for, like, reception. You know what I mean? Like, you could have the most heinous thing being done out of America, and he'd be like, "Damn right, America!" That's kind of Kled. Like, the worst thing could happen in the world, and he would still support it, because he's Kled. Like, the U.S. drops nukes on Canada because we didn't supply them with bacon. He's like, "Damn right! You give me the bacon next time! And, like, Canada's completely wiped off the map. I'm fucking, like, disintegrated in my chair. Dead. There's not even, like, a skeleton left. That's kind of Kled, in my eyes. I need to go bot. Wait, why'd I sell the pink? No. Moving anywhere? Going anywhere? Dude, living is expensive, man. How do people even pay for rent? Why can't we just, like, create currency? Like, create a new form of money. I get the assist, 20 bucks. Actually, more than 20. Good. Good triple flash. Tobias, what can you say about today's presidential debate? I think there was a photo that summed up everything. I didn't watch it, but I posted something. Last night, I was laughing on Twitter. Someone posted, moderator, what are your views on the economy? Joe Biden. Nose starts bleeding. Donald Trump says, we're going to find and kill the Grinch. Mark my words. We're going to use the big guns. It's going to be something, folks. Like, does that not kind of sum it up? Because, like, whoever wins, everyone says they lose. It's like Alien versus Predator. Whoever wins, we lose. Either way, man, I'm not even an American. Like, I don't... Like, I'm not a political person. I don't really care. People should care, though, for sure. But for me, it's just like, My family is from the U.S., and it is a household of Trump. Okay, I'll tell you. It's a household of Trump with my family. Like, I don't talk any politics with them. I just chime in.
You've work to do. Get on it.
Unicorn politics. I want more pirates.
Okay, well,
Tobias
I should say the United States. That's what I should say. Stop saying you're an American. Yes, the United States. My family is from the U.S. Neru, thank you, buddy. Yes, more pirates. Well, current age piracy is either out on, like, the ocean with Somalian pirates, or it's done from, like, a bedroom. You gotta make Bilgewater great again. If I was in charge, Missy Fortune wouldn't be taking things into her own hands. I mean, you could literally say, like, okay, let me ask you this. If it came to Bilgewater, who would you vote for? Gangplank or Miss Fortune? Be honest. If you know anything about lore and how those characters work, who would you vote for? Gangplank or Miss Fortune? Do you even know what Gangplank does? Like, I would say this. Under Gangplank, Bilgewater would be a very strong nation. Very powerful. Right? There would be no shit taken with Bilgewater with Gangplank. Miss Fortune can be a bit softer, but she's a little bit more logical with how things are kind of dealt with sometimes. Right? Like, she's more so kind of... Well, she's just not as aggressive as Gangplank. Well, Gangplank, yeah, they're both tyrants, I guess, but again, Misfortune's a bit softer in that. Gangplank is very corrupt, but, like, nobody would challenge... Like, if Bilgewater was to deal with anything, you'd rather have Gangplank. Absolutely 100% through and through. Surviving Bilgewater, you'd rather have Misfortune. Make sense? So, whatever is valued there, I guess. What is this, dude? What is that design? I just got insta-killed, never mind. Well, there's no such thing as democracy in Bilgewater. Gangplank's rule was just. It was his word and his word alone. Bilgewater was never... There was no democracy in Bilgewater ever. It was always about who had the most power. And who has the most power? Money, muscle. How do you get muscle? With money. The only way to be number one in Bilgewater is to have money. That's it. And how did Gangplank become so powerful? Because he was the most successful pirate. He did everything. He went out, he plundered fucking Ionia, he fucked up Swain. Dude was just an absolute vile piece of shit to everybody, and it paid off. And then it didn't pay off, because he lost everything because he was a vile piece of shit. Navori is fine on GP. Money is how you rule Bilgewater. Without money, you aren't getting anywhere. Like, that's just the way the world works, but maybe in not such an aggressive way. What the fuck is this Riot Games? Dragon! Help! Kill this abomination, it's so broken. Like, the only reason... I'll say this much, actually. Misfortune won over Bilgewater because she showed that she was powerful. She didn't have money, but she was successful in taking down the one person who was basically invincible. Right? So, in that regard, she... You could say it's almost like Boba Fett, bro. Misfortune rules with respect. She's Boba Fett. Gangplank is Jabba the Hutt. He ruled through influence and fear. So, there's your analogy. That could be it. That is true. Wait, she's that fed, though? I thought we would live through the fight, I'm not gonna lie. I thought we'd live. Respect and money versus fear and money. Not even money. Misfortune got no money. Misfortune threw out Gangplank through two bums. Two ex-bums. Like, the only reason Gangplank lost is because of Misfortune's scheming with Twisted Fate and Graves. That's it. TF and Graves are like bumbling fucking idiots. They're two people who fail at everything but still manage to pull it off. And they exactly did that. They failed at it, but they still managed to pull it off. Is that failing? I remember posting something on Twitter. I'm like, then versus now League of Legends, and it showed Gangplank's concept art versus, like, a concept for Yasuo's skin. And in the Yasuo skin, he was like a cybernetic furry. And the concept art for Gangplank looks so badass. And someone posted in the comments, League then versus now. and the now was KDA, and the then was Graves fucking Zac, like literally fucking Zac. And I'm like, isn't that the other way around? The now would be Graves fucking Zac, but the prior would be like KDA. Yeah. Bro, what are these people sending me? What the fuck? No, Graves would never fuck Zac. I mean, that's probably false. It's Graves. Graves is just a depraved, like, brute. Dude don't give a shit, bro. He got a dick. Dick go in with the other dick. He's a brute. Like, Graves is a musty brute. Why is everyone just griefing? Wish I had a ward. Oh my god! I'm just too good. I'm just too good. Cooked. Very cooked. I mean, I've had so many good plays today, but it doesn't matter because we get fucking 3 losses anyways.
Oh, look. A happy little barrel.
86. 7 years captain. Been a long time.
Yes, sir. Goodiful pie. Thank you, buddy. It has been a while, and I haven't even been streaming recently, just because we've been in the middle of, like, a move, and now that we're settled, we can do a lot of it. Thank you, sir. Well, if we win, I think it's because of my gameplay, but, like, that's slim chance. What the fuck? Why? What is... Bro, Cassante is so brain dead. Like, we lose, but, like... You're playing a tank that displaces and does 1 billion damage. Like, bro. Whatever, it's fine. I don't think we were going to win this game anyways. My bot lane is 3-16. LDR is not useless on GP. That's false. Nope. Mortal is seen as better just because it has better stats for most games, but, like, if everyone isn't objectively healing, why do you need Mortal? In this regard, it's like... Healing, 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 I think. So, like, yeah, Mortal is better, but in most cases, you can still do LDR. It's not useless. It's more niche than Mortal, for sure. It's definitely more niche, because most games have healing, and why would you invest 5% more pen and 5 AD versus 40% anti-heal? You know what I mean? That ADC was first time. My whole team was first time. First time breathing on this earth. Bunch of amoebas